have a couple questions I put here. If you guys have questions, happy to answer yours, or I can answer mine. Or we can just go have a drink. Any questions? Yes.
I think a struggle that we have is, we have our 62 here, and I think that we have a good sense of inbound, but the more difficult element is educating our clients to infuse inbound into every part of their team. We may have one point of contact or frequency of contact, but in a large organization, they struggle to get buy-in. People struggle to understand why they're part of that ecosystem from every customer touch point.
Does that impact your ability to help them as an agency?
If we bring in a great lead and they fail to serve that lead well or close because of something in that process, it may reflect back poorly, it wasn't our fault, but they might say we weren't able to close this lead or it didn't turn out, but so then it becomes a little bit of a blame game instead of we could all focus on the problem of where was the breakdown and how can we solve it.
Well, one of Dan and I's hopes for this project was that we would help agencies with that problem. Mm-hmm. That we would help put the ideas of inbound marketing in the context of their whole business and the world they live in, and then they would be more open to adopting them in marketing and sales. So that was one of our goals. We wanted to help agencies and inbound people that already got it, or people that were in companies that were doing inbound that were maybe not getting support from senior management, or sales wasn't paying attention, or the service guys didn't care. This was to give them a tool to help with that as well. That was definitely part of our thinking when we did this, because I've been there. I've struggled with it. Right? They'll be like, well, our business isn't growing, and I'll be like, well, we got your leads right there. Your salespeople are dropping the ball, right? Mm-hmm. So that's very frustrating. So, but that's not an uncommon situation for sure.
Do you feel like the message in the book would apply to people who aren't in agencies? Like we could hand it to a client?
Yes.
Here's your homework?
It's, who knows? So you got the Blue Leads guys probably know this, but does anybody know who Walt is? Yeah. And Eric knows who Walt is. That's my business persona. And it's a business owner in the B2B space, technically oriented. I've got a 4-page description of Walt, right? I'm a Breaking Bad fan, so that's where it comes from. I even have a dog named Walter. True story. So when we were writing the book, that's who we wrote the book for. And that could be an agency owner, or it could be an end user. It's meant for the small to medium-sized business to try to put in the context of the changes that are happening and why the whole business has to react. So again, we believe it'll help with that question for sure. Excellent. Question?
I feel like it really makes sense to me from a marketing perspective, but how I would relate that to my sales team seems a little bit more convoluted.
Yep.
Like, could you give me just one example of something that would be an inbound strategy for a salesperson?
That's a good question. It's a really good one. I would ask, instead of telling them, I would ask them a question. I would say this: do you have a hard time getting prospects on the phone? Do you have a hard time connecting with ideal clients that you could do business with, but you can't build a relationship with them? They're going to say yes. What about your quotes and the ones you have out there? Do you have customers or prospects that just fall off the map and you don't know what's going on? You don't hear from them. They're going to say yes all this stuff. Then you can lead into, here's how we use content. You'd create some content for that persona, and now you'd use, instead of doing cold calls, you'd warm them up with connections on LinkedIn, sharing content. You'd maybe write articles, have your salespeople write articles so they get to be seen as thought leaders and experts in this, right? So you're just going to I would bring them in kind of slowly and get them to start and understand that this buyer has changed, and that the buyer that comes in through your website, through an inbound lead, has different expectations than the buyer that they may have gone on a cold call run 10 years ago and got a project started. They don't need that anymore. I have a client that had 8 outside salespeople and 4 inside salespeople when I started working with them 3 years ago. They've since flipped it around. They now only have 4 outside salespeople and they have 8 inside salespeople, because they've recognized that the customers don't want to see salespeople that just come in and hand a catalog to them, but they do want to talk to people that can solve the problems, that can help them. They want to talk to technical experts. They can. They don't want the pitch. They don't want the PowerPoint. They don't care. They'll go to your website and get it, right? But they want people that can help them solve their problems. So that would be my first advice. There's lots more there, but that's where I was starting. Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, are you using ABM, and how would you combine that with inbound?
I think account-based marketing is a natural with persona development.
Yeah.
It's if you're dealing with especially larger accounts, and most of my clients are larger, their customers are larger, so getting 20 new customers for them would be a huge win. They don't need 2,000 new customers, they need 10 good ones. So ABM to me is just another technique and another way to think. So inbound totally applies to it, right? I've done this with clients where we've created content that was very much like Chad's video, right? We were dealing with a food packaging supplier, and we did videos for like Walmart. It was for them. The marketing was tailored just to them. And they had large accounts like that. Coca-Cola, Budweiser were their accounts. So we created content that was super focused. Now we repurposed. We took lots of stuff that they had and repurposed it and built it. But it was, Budweiser factories, and it was logos, and it was, we got quotes from Budweiser people, right? We made it very tailored to them. So it became very personalized. So yes, I think it's exactly the same principles. And there's tools out there. There's some really good tools out there that help with ABM. They're meant to help get you in front of people, right? But once you identify the contacts in those companies and you want to get in front of them, what do you say? Well, those people still want personalized human-to-human interactions. They want you to be helpful. They want you to solve their problem, know their persona, know the buyer journey. Same thing. This all applies. Any questions? Well, thank you very much for having me today. I really appreciate it. And thanks for listening.